MT.
I'm AJ Twist. Spoiler topic. So when you hear this music, and normally in any other episode of Unfocused, this music would indicate that we're on a spoiler topic.
But we're going to be all spoiler today.
This whole episode, it's not even a numbered episode, it's a special. We're going to talk about ENDGAME because we didn't really have any good news to talk about this week. So fuck it.
And as half the reason we don't have news is because of ENDGAME, because we were trying to stay offline before it came out.
True.
So one last warning.
Spoiler topic for Avengers ENDGAME.
Spoilers, yeah. Don't listen any further if you don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, or if you haven't seen it.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about theories. We're going to talk about little references and Easter eggs they made. AJ, I want to hear your initial thoughts, man.
My initial thoughts? It was a good time. I had fun.
Boom. Me too.
It was epic, especially seeing it with like the right crowd. Because I've seen it twice. Have you seen it twice?
I saw it twice.
I saw it twice too. So I saw it opening night, and the crowd there was crazy, and everyone was like, every time something happened that was epic, everyone was just like screaming, clapping, or crying, or just laughing at the right key moments because you got the joke. It's like I got that one.
Everybody laughed when. Oh yeah, we're in spoiler mode, so I don't have to hold back.
Yeah, you don't have to hold back.
Everyone laughed. I mean, when Thor fucking cut Thanos' head off, and Rocket was like, "What did you do?" He's like, "I went for the head." Everybody laughed, bro. Like, it's funny because when he first did it, everyone gasped.
Yeah, it's like that's it.
Yeah, everyone breathed in at once. It was like there was no air in the fucking theater for that moment because everyone was. And then after that, he said, "Yeah, what did you do?" He's like, "I went for the head." And then immediately after, it broke the silence. Everyone started fucking laughing, like. And I'm sure the meme culture helped that out a little bit too, because there was all kinds of Thor jokes online after he fucked up in Infinity War.
Yeah, that's crazy how the movie just started out like that too. Like 10 minutes, he was dead already. It was like, okay.
Yeah, I had said that I thought the movie was gonna start off with a rush job to go get revenge on Thanos, but I didn't realize how right. Rush. Yeah, I realized how right I was gonna be. Like they straight up rushed in and killed that fool. Like I was like, oh shit.
It's funny because after that it goes black and you're like. Okay, movie's over. Like,
almost. I feel like both time I went, somebody said, "So that's it, right? We can go home." Yeah. I was like, I don't think so.
And the pause, the black screen was long enough for you to be like, "Is it really over?
Is that it?"
Yeah. It was a long pause. Yeah.
And so here's one of the biggest spoilers, is because this has changed the whole future of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, for reals.
5 years later.
Yeah. You saw 5 and like, oh my God, it's going to be 5 years. Because like, it wouldn't be 5 weeks or 5 days. I mean, it could be months maybe. And then it said years. Like, oh, damn, it is years. Fuck.
And here's something that apparently this is a thing. A lot of people seem to think that at the end they reversed that whole thing. But no, 5 years is solid.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty obvious, but I've ran to more than one person now that they're like, oh, so like, Thor's not gonna be fat anymore, right? Like everything's fixed. I'm like, no, bro.
Unless he goes to Weight Watchers.
Or he gets in on that Bowflex action that Peter Quill was talking about.
Right.
Could be that.
I mean, he was getting a little pudgy around the middle. They were saying last movie too.
Yeah, right? They're talking.
Maybe the next movie is gonna be all about working out.
I didn't even think about it. That's a funny contrast. They were saying he was getting fat, and then Thor got fucking huge.
Yeah, right. That is funny, actually.
Someone was saying that they missed an opportunity by not having a Bowflex after credit scene where they're trying to put it together. Thor and
the Iron Man 3000. Isn't it like a workout machine? Iron Man.
I never thought about that.
I heard that somewhere. I was like, that's funny.
That's funny.
Oh, speaking of which, too, the beginning of the movie kind of just throws you right into it, too. Like, after you see, like, Hawkeye's situation and his family gets dusted in the beginning, then you just get thrown into Stark in space with Nebula, and then Captain Marvel just shows up and rescues him. He was like, whoa, so we didn't get the whole scene we saw at the end of Captain Marvel.
So can I make a point about that?
Yeah.
The reason I felt that was weird and confusing to us, it's the first time the after credit scene wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, well,
but it did happen.
Yeah, because the way that he showed us at the end credits looked like it was in the movie, and they only did that maybe 2 other times, right?
Well, every other time they gave us that scene. It was Doctor Strange, and it was the Bucky scene with Cap and Falcon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Bucky and Cap, and Falcon, and
then Doctor Strange and Thor.
Doctor Strange one. Yeah. Those are the 2 I was thinking of.
And they tease it, but they do give it to you in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think all of us were expecting
them. And end of Captain America, the first one.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. You're right. That one too.
It kind of gave us that in a trailer at the same time though at the very end.
Oh yeah, that's right. They gave us an Avengers trailer in that.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that. That was fucking hyped, huh?
Yeah, because I forgot about that. Thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was hype. hyped.
Yeah, that was.
That's probably, I mean, aside from Endgame, that was probably the hypedest I've ever been in a Marvel movie. Because at the very end, I was like, wait a minute, what? Avengers are real? Like, they're really going to do it?
It's actually happening, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was tight.
Teasing us this whole time, but nope, it's coming.
But now we're going back in time instead of going forward. Let's, but, okay, so we were saying,
we didn't get that.
So apparently that Captain Marvel scene still happened, but we just didn't see it.
We just didn't see it. Well, we saw it. It just wasn't part of the movie.
Yeah,
it was literally just part of Captain Marvel.
So they were, counting over the dead, and then apparently she shows up. Where's Fury? We don't know what happened, but apparently they explained to her.
Yeah, and
everyone's dusted. It's Thanos' fault. Go get Tony.
Yeah, because I was like expecting them to like find Fury's pager like on the floor or something, and then like they will pick it up and like, oh, what is this? Oh, it must have been Fury's. Let's take it back to the lab. Have that whole thing happen. Have them analyzing it. What is this from? Having her come in, explaining herself really quick. But no, none of that happened. Like you got to assume that's what happened in the background.
Yeah, you got to just like go with it.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
But I think it's really smart they didn't do that because I feel like if they would have went to it, a lot of questions would have got raised and people would have been picking the movie apart. Like, well, how did she know? And how did she know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like all these things would have came up. Like, well, when did she have time to like get the whole story and blah blah all this shit? Like,
but one thing I've been noticing with the Marvel movies lately is like they don't show characters explaining their side of the story to the other characters anymore. Like they really cut that out.
There's no time for that anymore.
No,
it's starting to get redundant.
Yeah. So they're like you don't see them like, oh, you don't know about this, and it just cuts away, and then later on they just know everything. And it's like, okay, like in Infinity War, like when Stark meets up with Doctor Strange and
he says, "This is what I was talking about," and that's all he said. Is that what you're talking about?
What do you mean?
When Stark meets up with Doctor Strange and Hulk, right?
Yeah, right in the beginning.
When they talk about Thanos, there's a moment where Tony looks down and shakes his head. He's like, "This is what I was talking about," and like that's a confirmation of what he was saying in Avengers 2. Remember, he's like, we can bust arms dealers all live long day, but that up there is the end game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like.
I didn't catch that, but yeah.
And no one else knew what he was talking about but him, so he was saying it to himself. Right. Like this is what I told Steve about. Basically he's like, I told him it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though.
Yeah, they kind of do that. They just say things and like if you've been following it, you'll get it. Like, and then also like when he's about to explain the story to somebody, like you already know that's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they did that with us with Captain Marvel.
Save us all some time.
Yeah, save us like 5-10 minutes while just having her show up and rescue Stark. Like, okay, we seen, and then in Captain Marvel, she showed up to the Avenger facility. They must have explained it all there, became friends right there.
Yep.
And then she took off.
Mm-hmm.
Cuckoo's in chat, which is the thing I've been thinking about. When you think about it,
the rat
saved the Avengers in the universe.
It wouldn't have never worked without the rat.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, he would have never came out. So that means Doctor Strange knew a rat was going to come.
It doesn't mean that. He knew that somehow Scott Lang was going to come out and get he didn't know it was going to be the rat.
No, that's true.
Or maybe he did know.
Maybe he did. Yeah.
I don't know.
Apparently, wizards know a lot fucking more than they actually tell us. Because, to skip around a little bit, when they go back to the future and Hulk meets up with the Ancient One.
Oh, yeah, she knew across timeline shit.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird.
She's like, yeah, Strange, he'll be here in 5 years. He's doing surgery down the street. And he doesn't know he's the one yet. I was like, fuck.
And a lot of people were bitching that, well, then why'd she throw him out of Carmitage? And I'm like, well, maybe he needed that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, heroes got to overcome trials before they become the hero they are.
Yeah.
Maybe he needed to hear a no, because nobody tells him no.
True.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Got to break him down and beat him and build him back up.
Yeah.
That's what she had to do right there.
Yep. It's
part of the plan.
For anyone who complained about that, that's how I thought about it. Like, she didn't want him to know, obviously, he's going to be the shit one day,
Right.
She wanted him to work for it.
But I thought that whole scene, though, with her there was awesome because it was happening. She was there. The Sanctum was there. She was protecting New York the way she could from there. So I thought that scene was pretty dope.
Without getting too involved either.
Yeah. So that just kind of puts her back into the continuity with everything else, which I like that.
So just a question I just thought about right now. When does Doctor Strange or the Ancient One know to be at Carmitage or when to be at the Sanctum Sanctorum? Because it seems like they're just kind of conveniently at either one. You know what I mean? Like, when do they know when to go? Like, well, they seem to know a lot of shit, so I'll let it go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's wizardry. I don't know.
Don't question the magic, as said in Doom Patrol. Okay, other cool things to talk about. All right, let's talk about the little nods to the other movies real quick before we talk to
there's a lot to go over in this movie for sure.
Before we talk about the grand event at the moment, I just want to get over the little mini Easter eggs. There was. Remember? Okay, did you notice when Captain Marvel was in the hologram communication with Black Widow, and all of them disappeared?
Yeah.
And then Captain Marvel stuck behind and told War Machine, "Be careful."
Yeah, like
And
good luck.
Yeah.
It's like the good luck.
So, I don't know if you know, but in the comic books, War Machine and Captain Marvel are a thing. That's my birthday present from my friends, by the way. Two of my 3 favorite Marvel characters. I think they were smart, didn't get me Spider-Man shit because I have too much fucking Spider-Man shit already. So thank you, Steve.
But yeah, so I didn't know they were an item in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics, War Machine and Captain Marvel are an item. They got connected through their Air Force background because they're both Air Force pilots.
Who made the comment about the haircut? It was Rocket, right?
Yeah, Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket made the haircut comment.
And she's like, sorry, there's a lot of systems and galaxies that are suffering from what Earth's having. He's like, all right, I guess that's fine. Like, I like he let it.
Yeah, you got a point.
I like how he chose to let it go. You know? He's like,
which he doesn't normally do either. I'm kind of, I was kind of upset that I wanted more Rocket scenes. I like Rocket.
Hey,
I need a more smart-ass Rocket scene, especially with Stark at least.
It's funny you say that. I have 3 picky things to say about Avengers. And one of those 3 picky things I have to say is Rocket Raccoon. Totally missed opportunity. He lost more than anybody there.
Which he did. He went over with
not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. I think you're right.
Yeah.
They should have fucking done more with Rocket Raccoon being sad, losing his people.
Yeah.
Not being who he was. By the way, I thought it was hilarious. It's like Quill, Groot, Gamora, the chick with the antennas. Yeah. I was like, wow. I was like, wow, you're a dick, bro. He's like, I lost everybody.
Yeah.
The chick with the antennas. That was pretty funny.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Other little Easter eggs.
Yeah, I like how I like the few interactions we did get with Rocket and somebody else, like when Stark came in and was like, "Hey, Ratchet,"
And when Rocket started talking, he's like, "Holy shit! I thought you were a Build-A-Bear till right now."
and you know what he said? He's like, afterwards, he's like, "Maybe I am." Like,
oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
I was probably busy laughing at Tony Stark.
Yeah, like a lot of like key moments where people were laughing, like you don't really get to hear the remark afterwards. And like in the second time I saw it, there was like no one really hyped it up for the movie. Like me and Carl were like the only one like, yeah, like in the movie theater. But I actually got to hear some shit now. Like now that I knew the joke coming, like I was able to listen.
You're the focus.
Yeah, and like that's what Rocket's out there. He's like, oh, maybe I am. I was like, what?
He doesn't even know what a Build-A-Bear is.
Yeah, I know.
I like that it's in Rocket's character to roll with Earth jokes. By the way, have you noticed that? like people call him like a raccoon. He just lets it go. You call him a rabbit. He's like whatever.
Yeah.
He just lets it go.
And when they were in the past with Thor and he's getting chased, it's like, come back.
Get the rabbit, get the rabbit. Like, what do the fucking rabbits look like on fucking Asgard, dude?
Yeah,
like,
apparently Asgard don't know what raccoons are either. Oh, missed opportunity. We didn't get no like raccoons on Earth rolling into Rocket. Like that would have been a cool moment to see.
I didn't think about that because we're probably never gonna see that again.
No, exactly. And then actually thinking about it now, what if half of all life that was snapped was raccoons?
That'd be terrifying to know there's that many fucking raccoons out there.
Would have been cool if they brought the old Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, actually, I heard that they did show up. I heard in that
resolution of Nova Prime wasn't really covered.
I know. I agree with that. Hey, Cuckoos, you're right about Nova Prime. But I do think there's a reason we didn't see Nova Prime shit. It's because I think whenever they make a Nova movie, they're going to start it off with Thanos decimating Nova Corps.
That'd be cool.
Because that'll be a way to show Thanos again, and that'll be showing you Nova's origin. Like imagine there's one. So I don't know if you noticed, Thanos likes to leave survivors for some fucking reason. Eitri, the fucking armor crafting dwarf, the weapon crafting dwarf, he left him alive. So
are his hands free now?
No, I don't think so. I think he melted that shit on his hands. He made it seem like he.
Oh, I thought it was like he magicked them onto his hand or something.
No, I think he melted it on his hands, like a dick move. After he made you your shit, and then but yeah, to point it would be a great origin.
Wait, to go back to that real quick, my bad. Because he's like when Thanos came, he said my hands are his, So That means Thanos, if he wanted to come back and use his hands again, he should be able to free his hands to do work for him. So that's why I'm thinking like maybe he used some magic too, rather than melt some shit on his hands.
You could be right. I guess I just thought a certain thing. I mean, I just believed that he had it like unable to do
I never
anything.
thought of it being like hit something melted onto his hand. I always thought Thanos did some magic shit to enclose his hands so that he couldn't use them properly.
Well, Thanos don't really know how to use magic like that in the MCU.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess he didn't have the stones yet either.
No, he didn't have the stones
Yeah,
yet.
maybe Ebony Maw.
I think he melted that shit. Ebony Maw is not using magic. He's using telekinesis.
Oh shit. Okay.
I know. I think that's actually my fault because I think I said last year in Infinity War that he was using magic.
Well, no. Well, even the movies, I feel like he was a magic user because he recognized Strange.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
He treated him with respect as opposed to like
I think
everyone else.
And I think that was
He
just
was a wizard, so I thought wizard's a wizard. Be cool.
yeah. He's like black actors, But anyway, okay.
Back to your point, which I forgot what it was. Focus.
What was I talking about?
Shit.
All right. Well, all right. I'll jump back to my original point then.
Nova Prime.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Thank you, Cuckoos. You're the focused of Unfocused right now.
Right now.
So yeah, it'd be a great origin for us to show that Thanos killed all the Novas and left one kid alive. He's like, he thinks it's funny. He thinks it's a joke. He's like, you're Nova now. Imagine Thanos telling that.
Yeah.
You're Nova now. And the kid like fucking spent all this time fucking terrified and freaked out. And then he realizes later the Nova power goes to the last Nova, And now he's fucking Nova. I don't know. I just think I feel like there's a way. I feel like there's a reason they're not showing us the decimation of Xandar.
What if Thanos is like Tagore Brothers, where like they leave the survivors alive so they can get stronger?
That'd be a mistake now. I could see that. Hey, that's kind of what the children of Thanos are.
Because I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho and like I was like I just saw that where you like
I don't think you listened to me.
Backstory.
That's kind of what that's what the children of Thanos are. They're survivors of the races he decimated. So they kind of are like what you're saying. Like he's
rather than kill him off, like all right, I'm gonna let you survive so you can get stronger and come back and challenge me again.
Yeah. Nebula, I think he wants them to work for him, but Nebula actually does the Tagoro thing.
Nebula, this is why you change your Wi-Fi passwords, like, reoccurringly, so no one hacks into your shit in the future or in the past.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone realized how subtle and how cool that was that they were sharing a neural network because they're mechanical.
Yeah.
And they just happen, like, they're not supposed to be on the same timeline. So
they're not supposed to be two existing, pretty much, but because they're the exact same thing.
Same network,
all of a sudden,
That was dope.
I thought that was a cool thing, so that's why you change your Wi-Fi passwords, people. But also, too...
You heard it here first.
In Infinity War, when Nebula told Thanos, like, you should have killed me, and he said that would have been a waste of parts. So does that mean because he knew, like, they would come back to the past, and those parts would be used to see the future through her?
You know what? I'm going to say they didn't think of that, but I would say that would make sense with the Mind Stone. Because we've never seen Thanos use the Mind Stone. And that would maybe be a part of knowing,
Maybe.
Having the Mind Stone, knowing things, Maybe. I like that idea.
But yeah, because like...
I don't think Marvel thought of that, though.
Is that just lucky line?
Yeah, I think...
Well, and also, too, that's how Thanos knew Stark, right? He's like, Stark, and like that. Stark was like, you know me?
Well, apparently he knew about... No, so that's what we thought, but apparently he knew about them because of the attack on New York in Avengers 1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. It could be that. Or is it really because they went to the past and the whole Nebula shit happened?
Well, the only reason I think it's because of that is because when they showed the past Thanos, the image of the Avengers talking, he was like, Avengers, an unruly bunch.
Yeah, so he knew they were.
To me, and since that was the Thanos not long after the Battle of New York, it's only a year or two after Battle of New York.
Yeah.
That makes me think that he didn't know that way. He didn't have the stone yet. Mm-hmm. He knows about them because Loki told them about him, or because like they fucked his plan up.
Now you think of, now that you put it that way too.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
He didn't have the stone.
Something else, because when they go into the past and Nebula and Gamora were having their thing, and Gamora came and saved Nebula, and she's like, "Let's go." Thanos found a stone, like as if it was the first one. But shouldn't he already have at least? No, he kind of
Nope.
lost the scepter and the space stone.
Yeah,
huh?
he fucked that up. That was a mistake.
That's true. Okay, so he didn't have it. So he lost those. He's like, fuck, I'll get it back later, I suppose. And he found the power stone. He's like, hey, we found a new stone. Let's go get this instead.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Never mind.
Moving on.
Vision, rip, never returned. No, because he got
Yeah,
got
bro,
dead. He
I
got
guess-
literally dead.
Hey,
He didn't
but-
get dusted.
I'm a cuckoos though. I really thought they were gonna try to like rebuild that nigga or something, but like that was not even on their fucking radar to rebuild Vision. Like he's done. No Mind Stone, no Vision.
Well, in a way, he was like, I don't know.
Well, sure, he never.
I felt like Vision was like an accident.
Well, he kind of was.
He was unplanned. He's an
a,
unplanned child.
if you're right, he's a random creation of Thor, Tony Stark, Ultron, and Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He technically is random. He shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
He happened because of the right timing of everything. You know.
Yeah. And then, like, Thor had his vision and came through and fucking added electricity. Like,
Yeah.
because Stark wanted to build that, though. He wanted a robot.
Yeah, that's Stark's design.
That is Stark's design.
Ultron just actually made Stark's design.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and out of vibranium, right? So Thanos has some really. Now you just made me think about something. Thanos has some really good tech, right? Because not only was not Ebony Maw. What's the guy's name with the fucking spear? One of the children of Thanos.
I don't know.
He
Ebony
was.
Maw's the only one I know because he's like
I know.
the first one out of all of them.
I know Black Dwarf is the big one.
Oh, yeah.
Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight. I just really don't know that one guy's name. Honestly, I really don't know his name. But
Krav Maga or some shit.
either way, it doesn't matter. He's dead. His staff was able to pierce Vision.
True.
Vision's made out of vibranium,
True.
and fucking Thanos was able to break the shield.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, man. I guess the space people aren't fucking around out there, you know?
So when I was thinking too, vibranium versus what was this fucking Wolverine made out of? Animanium.
What about it?
What's stronger?
I don't know, but in the comic book, Captain America's shield is made out of a mixture of vibranium and adamantium.
Oh shit.
Does that?
So-
I know that probably doesn't answer your question, but I thought that's a fun fact to know.
I was thinking like, what if like when I saw like fucking Thanos break Cap's shield, I'm like, that's fucking vibranium, and he broke it. Like, what the fuck is that? Is it animanium?
No, but it's one.
But what if it is, and his weapon gets found later on, and they fucking melt it, and then that's how we get Wolverine. In the
Hey,
future?
what if Wolverine's made in Wakanda?
Damn, he'd
Like-
be a real Wolverine in that case. Then,
like
right?
they capture a person that has a healing factor, and they're like, well, what if we made a vibranium person?
Well, Wakanda wouldn't do that though.
Nah, what if someone evil takes over? You know? No, you're right.
Maybe
Now,
it's
now
Greg.
I'm writing too. Maybe. I'm writing too much for him now. But okay, so all right, let's move on. Other cool Easter eggs. Did you notice when Black Panther crossed Hawkeye? He was like, Clint. And then Hawkeye turned around all confused and he
Yeah.
said, throw me the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Did you understand that?
Now, I didn't get into like you pointed out.
Oh, I told you about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clint Barton fought Black Panther in Civil War and went out of his way to say, Your Highness, we never met. I'm Clint Barton. And Black Panther went out of his way to say, I don't care.
Yeah.
And so Clint was genuinely surprised that Black Panther knew his name.
That he cared at that moment.
He cared. Yeah, he cared enough to remember.
Yeah, I want to go back and watch Civil War just to see that.
Right? Just to catch the little things. I feel like Civil War had the most references in this movie.
Yeah, it's like that. Avengers, both 1 and 2, really.
I think one more than two, but yeah, two had its spots.
Yeah. Speaking of that scene though, where Black Panther took the gauntlet. So we saw him have it for a bit. We saw Captain Marvel have it for a bit. Spider-Man had it for a
Hey,
bit.
may I say, I got a triple pass between my three characters. Black Panther passes to Spider-Man, Spider-Man passes to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, true.
I
That's
got
awesome.
a fucking triple pass, bro. Damn.
So
I didn't even realize that till right now, bro.
Yeah, it happened in that order too. which is
Yeah, it
crazy.
did. That's crazy.
Who has held the gauntlet or all the Infinity Stones throughout the comic series? I know Iron Man because I've seen images of Iron Man with it. So we know Iron Man
Iron Man,
had it in the movie.
Nebula,
Nebula, yeah. So Nebula could have it for a second.
Adam Warlock, I don't think that many people put it on.
Didn't I thought Black Panther had it at some point in the comics? No,
I don't think he put it on.
I don't think he put it.
That
on?
might be more modern. If he did, that might be more modern.
Because I was wondering, like, I wonder the people that actually held the gauntlet in the movie actually held it once in the comic series at some point. Like that would have been.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with it. I'm like, why specifically these people? Like, what's the purpose of you passing it along like this? Like, other than just skip it to like, okay, get it to the main person,
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I was thinking maybe there's some point why these people are holding it.
Mm-hmm.
So. Because I know, I'm pretty sure I saw a scene or heard like that Black Panther held it at one point, and I know Iron Man held it at one point.
Yeah, Iron Man did too. I know the Hulk did not.
Yeah, so that's one thing I haven't heard of the Hulk holding it before. So, but Professor Hulk, maybe I don't know.
Maybe I don't really know. It could be. Oh, by the way, I love the genius of the Hulk story, like the way it all wrapped in, it all wrapped around. And Iron Man even said back in Avengers 1, he's like, yeah, I tried to shoot myself, and the Hulk said the other guy spit the bullet out. And Iron Man said, maybe he was saving you. And he's like, that's a real sweet sentiment, Tony. He's like, what would he be saving me for? And he said, I guess we'll see. And to me, I kind of feel like that loops back into the fucking gauntlet and him being like, it mainly puts out gamma radiation. It's kind of like I was made for this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying the Hulk had that.
Saved for this,
Yeah, I'm not saying the Hulk had that foresight, but I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe that's, it had to happen like that, like fate kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Cuckoo's in chat points out like that an Infinity War, the gauntlet needs to be specially made just to house the gems. So why in Endgame did Stark Tech able to house the gems? I think because it's Stark Tech.
I give that was one of my 3 complaints. Remember I told you I have 3 complaints about the movie?
I felt the same way though too.
I was like, bro, some guy who studied the Infinity Stones for 2 months can make a fucking gauntlet that houses them when this billions of year old race.
5 years.
He wasn't studying them the whole time, was he?
Who knows? Tony Stark. You know what? One thing I like about Stark, I feel like I'm kind of like him in a way, because they asked him in the beginning, and when Ant-Man came back, it's like, hey, time travel, can you help us do it? He's like, nah, guys, that shit's crazy. We're not gonna do that shit. And what does he go do? He
went back and he kept and did on his own and shit.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. People ask me,
you do.
Like,
you do shit like that.
Nah, fuck you guys. I'll go figure it out myself later on, because I don't want to like bug people. Like, I want to get in my own zone and figure it out.
You want to make sure that you have your mind in place before you talk about it and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, what if he had thought about it? Maybe he thought about it, like on his own time. Figured it out. I was like, okay, in case it comes up, who never knows? This is in the back pocket.
Well, the only hole is I don't think he ever knew there were 6. Iron Man had no reason to know that. There is no. Oh no, you're right.
No, they had.
Wong explained it to him. You're right.
True.
You're right.
Yeah,
Wong told him.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is another thing too. I feel like everyone's on the same page and they don't tell us.
What do you mean?
Because like just the way they communicated, like at the end of the movie during the whole battle, like everyone was communicating with each other, and like throwing like how does Spider-Man know about Thor's hammer? Like Cap threw the hammer and he's like, hey, heads up, Queens.
Yeah, what's up? And Queens. Yeah,
Queens, heads up, and he caught the hammer and flew with her. Yeah.
Well,
no
Thor's famous.
I guess so. That's true too.
Yeah, Thor's pretty famous.
But like little things like that. I feel like there's all types of little things that happen in the movie where like we know it, but we don't know who knows it. But I guess they're all just sharing a collective of knowledge with each other. We just never saw that happen.
I see what you're saying.
So I think that's how Stark was able to make a gauntlet. Because over 5 years, what else are you gonna do? People are trying to solve it, right? They're trying to figure out how they can get everyone back. Some time.
I'm still gonna, I'm gonna give it a 50-50. I'm still gonna call bullshit on that a little bit, but you're right though.
Another one too. When Thanos, destroyed the gems, they knew that happened because they had, energy patterns from when he first snapped, and they matched it to when they happened again way out in the galaxy. So they have technology to figure out the power to sense the gems. So maybe they can use that data to configure, okay, how can we get all this power made into some device, So
my only argument is
that's my argument why it can make sense.
It took the dwarves thousands of years to be able to be that good at wielding shit. I mean, we could just say Tony Stark's that smart, but I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I kind of don't like that. And, since we're on my third thing, I'm going to give you my third thing.
I'll give you one more argument, too.
All right, tell me.
So, Iron Man is full of data, always collecting data, I feel. He fought Thanos. He was right there with him on the gauntlet. He was holding the gauntlet. Who cannot say, like, his armor took some data from that shit? Got an image. Hey, this is how it worked. took it back and
maybe I won't rule that out. I won't rule it. I'll say it just because it makes me happy, so I'm not mad about it.
That's my last argument.
Yeah,
there.
I'll let that.
Not the same thing.
I'll let that go because I'm like it makes me happy to not think that they fucked that up.
Third thing then.
The third thing I didn't like. This is an unpopular opinion, and I'm okay with that. The A-Force moment was a little too much to me.
What's the A-Force?
A-Force is the team of all-female Avengers.
Oh, okay.
They had a moment where they had all of them there together.
Yeah.
And then half of them didn't even do anything when they were standing there.
Yeah,
and I was like, bro, I don't like that. I'm like, it would have been doper to me if just 5 of them got together right there. Like, like that whole scene could have happened if all of them didn't fucking show up. I'm like, you really expect me to believe all of them saw from across the field? Oh, let's go get her back because she's a girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
No,
I'm like,
yeah,
that's silly, bro. I'm like, come on. Like, it's just silly. If it was 5 of them, like, if it was Okoye, Captain Marvel, Mantis, Scarlet Witch, and one other, fine. I'm cool with it. Then Rescue comes down and fucking, I'm like,
Valkyrie
stop.
comes through.
Yeah, Valkyrie comes down. I'm like,
Mantis, I feel like Mantis has no reason to be in battle.
and she doesn't fight. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
They took Mantis Kung Fu away from her just to not be racist. So it's like she can't fight as far as we know. You know, I'm like,
I've never really seen her fight.
and then half of them standing there didn't do shit. And I was like, you guys didn't have to do that. I'm like, that was a little much.
I like the idea behind it. I just didn't like how they got to that point.
Like I said,
like they did. I feel like they could have done something a little bit different where they just happen to be like they're all fighting each other and they end up in the middle somehow. And they're like, oh fuck it, team moment, real quick pose, and then go back to doing whatever.
Like I said, if it was just,
that would have been cool.
If it was just 5 of them, I'd have been cool with it. All of them, I'm like, you really expect me to believe all of them went out of their way to fucking come over there and back her up, like, just because she's a girl? Like,
yeah.
To me, that's more sexist than anything. Like, y'all didn't want to back up Captain America, but y'all showed up to back up Captain Marvel just because she's a girl? Like, that's sexist. Like, anyway.
If that scene would have, like, dragged out, like, a couple of seconds longer, I think I would have been upset with it. But it kind of happened, and then they dispersed.
It was over, yeah.
And then it was over.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not that upset with it. I like the idea. It was fun. I don't try to think about it so much because I know a lot of people did like it, but at the same time, I've also heard a lot of people who are upset with it too.
Yeah, it would have been way better if it didn't feel so forced.
Yeah.
It felt very forced, would you say? Okay, you guys got to give me some points even for that. Both. All right. Okay, so enough of me talking down about the women. Let me talk up about the women, because I thought fucking Captain Marvel kicked so much ass, and she wasn't too overpowered. Because I think I told you before the movie came out, I was real scared Captain Marvel was going to be overpowered, and she's going to come in and fucking, like, wreck house or something, and I was like, that doesn't make too much sense. I felt like she was powerful enough that it made sense.
Yeah,
like
I think so, too.
She fucked shit up, she surprised Thanos.
Yep.
He's still able to kind of, like, fend her off a bit,
Yeah.
But she fucked shit up.
Both her and Scarlet Witch gave Thanos some issues where he was getting scared.
Hey, I love the Scarlet Witch moment. That's one of my favorite moments in the whole movie. And in my theater, when Scarlet Witch came down, everyone breathed. It went again at the same time. Everyone went, whoa. Like, no, they didn't breathe. Everyone went, whoa. When she came down, she's like, you took everything from me. He's like, I don't even know who you are.
That's gonna be a meme forever too. Now.
Hey, for real, that's hilarious. Like, you took everything from me. I didn't even know who you are.
I was like, oh, true. He has a point there.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping though, like low key, I was hoping Scarlet Witch was gonna go off the rails. Like, I was hoping she would just, like, after Thanos is dead, she kept fucking going off and kept doing shit, and they're like, Wanda, calm down, and then she's like, fucking, no, and, like, like,
and
goes...
the universe fucking flipped.
Yeah, and fucking House of M. I kind of low-key was like, when she started going off on him, I was kind of waiting for it. I was like...
I was like... the House of M shit, too, though.
Yeah. It could still happen,
But that was a cool scene. But Captain Marvel's fight scene was pretty dope. Like the fact that like he was fighting her and then she tried to take the gauntlet and he takes the fucking power stone out.
And fucking socked her. I was like, damn, that was
dope. That was some fucking combos, shit right there.
That was like some fucking fighting game shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I was mad but like excited at the same time because like she's one of my favorite characters, right? So I was mad he socked her out like that, but at the same time I was like, that was pretty dope though.
That was pretty
I was like, he thought about
it
that
was
shit.
Power stone, so I'm like, it makes sense.
And
specifically he chose out the power stone.
he needed that one.
Yeah.
And it was smart because him and her were clashing, and apparently he needs to close the fist to activate
something?
it.
Yeah.
And she wasn't letting him do that.
Yeah.
So he was like, fuck that. I'm going to take the stone out and fuck her up. Like,
and that's one of those moments because everyone stopped him from closing his fist. Even when they attacked him in the beginning, fucking Hulkbuster came through and grabbed his
the first
fist.
thing he did was grab the fist
so
he couldn't
close it. Yeah. So because Doctor Strange saw that, figured that out, he knew that. Again, knowledge got passed around without us even knowing it. So that's another one of those moments where knowledge got passed around without us even knowing
Damn,
it.
bro, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That did get passed around.
Yeah, because she knows, like, make sure he doesn't close his fist.
You know what I really like about these Marvel movies? They're not treating us stupid.
True. Yeah,
Like
that's a good point.
they make you think.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because there's a few things in this movie where they didn't tell you. You have to watch and you have to pay attention to what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
Like for example, there's a really clear example where I was like, if you weren't paying attention, that shit's confusing. But if you caught it, like it makes sense. Like, fuck, what was it? What was it? Oh, it's killing me. I've been thinking about it all week. God damn it, I can't remember right now. There's a lot of little moments where, like, if you were paying attention, if you caught it, like, it does make sense. Oh, the Ancient One explaining the timelines. A lot of people are mad about what happened with Captain America at the end.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they did not listen to what the Ancient One said. So if you go into a different time, right, and you do something different, new challenger.
Yeah.
Well, you go into a different timeline, right, and you do something different. You don't stay in the timeline. You just create an offshoot timeline. So a lot of people are complaining, how could Captain America still be in their timeline if he traveled back in time? Like, he wasn't. In their timeline, Peggy Carter married someone else and had kids. Mm-hmm. That's now an offshoot timeline where Captain America ended up with Peggy Carter. Meaning, he probably used the last jump he had to jump back to our timeline to give Sam Wilson the shield.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And we know he had one more jump left.
Yeah.
So it's right there. Like it's obvious if you listened. If you listened to what the Ancient One said.
So he did what he had to do, and then he went, I'm gonna have my own life now.
Yeah,
and then, so that's a whole new timeline that we never saw.
Separate timeline.
And then he came back to our timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was kind of wondering how that happened too. Mm-hmm. I'm like, was he just dodging motherfuckers this whole time then?
No,
he didn't be seen.
Nope. He's in his own timeline where it didn't matter if he affected it or fucked with it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's his timeline.
It's his timeline, yeah.
And in that one, him and Peggy Carter together. And so I was like, if you pay attention, the whole thing is paying attention because everything's in the details in that movie.
Yeah. Apparently, we have a link that Kuko's provided that kind of explains that too, which I think we'll take a reading to later on, probably, right?
Yeah. What else? Let's see. $1 billion. Yeah, they made $1 billion in the first weekend. That's something to talk about. I'll be happy if Russo says the same thing I said.
Yeah,
that means
$1 billion is something totally different. I don't even know what he's
No, Avengers made more than $1 billion in the first weekend.
That's crazy.
First movie to ever do it.
I saw, what did I see? I saw something else. Another one of those memes, something regarding that. Did I take a picture of it?
Look, he says what I said. The Ancient One and the Hulk were right. He created a separate timeline. You heard it here first.
You saw it here.
You heard it here first. See, he knows what he's talking about, you guys. I didn't even read that shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Like, how much did Avatar make? It made a lot. Hope they remember you.
I hope they remember
It's
you.
Endgame.
Yeah, man.
Also,
that's a nod too. Thanos said, "I hope they remember you," and they did. Remember Iron Man? Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Also, too, like going back to Infinity War and like when they were fighting Thanos, and then all that shit happened, and then Thanos was like about to kill Stark, and Strange was like, "No, spare him."
He's like,
because it was necessary.
He's like, let him go. I'll give you the stone.
Yeah.
And because that scenario could not have happened without Iron Man. Mm-hmm. He needed to use his tech to move. Which, by the way, I don't know if everyone caught. That was his nanotech. He made the gauntlet out of nanotech, which was the big surprise. No one realized he made the gauntlet out of nanotech. That's why he was able to absorb the stones into himself.
Yeah.
I don't think he planned that, but it all made sense at the end. Like,
I don't think he planned it, but I think he worked it in. I feel like that's what he does. Backup plan. Like, okay, in case I can do this, why not do it everywhere?
I think he just makes his most current shit out of his most current tech.
Yeah, I think everyone had nanotech though, because even their suits to go back into the past, that was all nanotech shit.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, everyone has nanotech. Once he does it for himself, everyone gets it.
Well, Stark Tech. He says he does. He just makes everyone look good while they do it, right?
Yeah. Because everyone was always like morphing in, and then they'll morph into their normal suits or whatever, and then
That's
when they're
true.
about to jump, they morph into their fucking quantum suits and shit.
That's very true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but yeah, nanotech was everywhere for sure.
All right.
That scene was pretty dope too when he took the freaking the stones from him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait, one quick moment that I felt like a lot of people didn't realize. There's 2 setups for other characters that I think no one really, or not no one, but very few people caught.
I didn't catch this one, but it makes sense. The earthquake.
Yep. And
Yeah, under the plates in the ocean.
And you know who said it? A Wakandan said it.
Wakanda, yeah.
And Submariner fucking hates Wakanda.
I
So
didn't know that.
this could be the beginning of a guerrilla attack on Wakanda.
Maybe. So that means Black Panther 2, Enemy, Namor?
You know, a lot of people have been theorizing that he'll be the villain for the next one. It's not confirmed. Ryan Coogler never said that. But like a lot of people
not.
Yeah, of course not. No. No, but you know, sometimes people slip, but he never said that. No.
I'm pretty sure Marvel's like, you can't fucking slip, or else this knife is gonna slip.
Oh, for real. Game of Thrones shit. You don't want to pay the iron price, fool.
For real.
But yeah, a lot of people theorize that Submariner will be the villain of Black Panther. We do know that the creator of Doctor Strange 2 fucking teased that picture on accident on his Twitter with Doctor Strange and Submariner standing together.
Oh yeah.
Something interesting that I think you'll want to know about. Dwayne Johnson is in talks with Kevin Feige.
Huh.
As of yesterday. We don't know what that means. Some people are theorizing.
Adam coming to Marvel.
Oh, that's confusing. Some people are theorizing that he's in talks for Submariner. I don't think that's the case because I don't think they're going to get another buff islander to play another underwater hero because it's too similar already. Why make more similarities? I think it would be cool if Dwayne Johnson was Ares, God of War. His face is already on the Grandmaster's tower.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a badass character. We're going to need some more heroes soon. So that'd be pretty cool. But, yeah, Dwayne Johnson is in talks with Kevin Feige.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Maybe nothing will come from it, but something could. Other thing, a Ghost Rider show has been greenlit.
Ooh.
For Hulu. And
Nice.
it will have David Luno, the guy who played the Ghost Rider in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. He will be the main character. So that's Ghost Rider with the muscle car instead of the bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which he's pretty dope. He's pretty fucking dope.
Fine.
You should watch. You know what you should do? You don't have to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you should watch the Ghost Rider episodes.
Also, Hellstorm for
What?
Hulu. Hellstorm for Hulu.
What?
What's Hellstorm?
Hellstorm? The dude with the flaming head? Hellstorm? That's random. I don't know why they would make something about him. He's okay. I feel like there's cooler characters to fuck with. He's cosmic, though, so maybe that's why. Anyway, I'm not going to talk. I don't know anything about that. I'm going to do some research. But, yeah, Ghost Rider show got greenlit. Chris Hemsworth revealed that he already renegotiated his contract with Marvel. Because supposedly this was the movie where his contract was up, right?
Yeah.
Before Infinity War, he already had a renegotiation.
Okay, cool.
So I guess he had reworked his deal to have 5 more Marvel movies. Probably because Ragnarok was so awesome.
Yeah.
And so
5 more?
So that means Infinity War, Endgame. We are to see Thor 3 more times, at least. If not more. At least 3 more times.
So then most likely in the next Guardians.
I'm thinking as Guardians of the Galaxy, and then something happens in the movie where they get separated, and then Thor 4.
Interesting. Okay.
Thor
yeah.
4.
I guess we'll see though. But
oh shit, cool. Hellstorm. What the fuck? Oh, are they gonna be connected? That would make sense.
So now
oh shit.
Hellstorm is.
Are they building their he's a supernatural character like Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, like maybe they're trying to slowly build their supernatural universe. Which I heard Doctor Strange's 2, the villain is going to be Nightmare, which is a supernatural villain. He controls people through their dreams and makes you like
it.
He makes you like his army of zombies while you're dreaming.
Huh. Isn't
that fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real hard villain for Doctor Strange to defeat. That could be cool. Yeah. All right. Hopefully Marvel gets smart with doing different shit. All right,
Yeah, we'll see.
let's close it out soon, but let's talk about
Like, is there anything else that happened in the past that was pretty cool?
Loki fucking got away with the Tesseract.
Oh yeah. that
What the
happened too,
fuck,
yeah.
bro? Like,
So is what happened when he did that going to be his off series on Disney Plus?
I think it's worse than that, bro. The Ancient One said, if there's changes in time, it creates a fractured dimension, and that's bad for the whole universe. Now we definitely have that because they didn't fix it. They didn't go back and stop Loki.
The Space Stone they did take was from way back in the past.
And now it's out of place.
Yeah.
And who knows what Loki's doing with it. You know, like, it's the Space Stone. He can travel anywhere with it.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's doing with it? Like, that could really fuck shit up. His show could be going over that, which I'm assuming it will be, but it could also be set up for alternate dimensions, which I feel like Marvel hasn't touched yet. We need to start learning about alternate realities and alternate dimensions, you know?
Which, I mean, they kind of hinted at with Doctor Strange, too, though.
Yeah, you're right. They did hint at it. They hinted at it.
So we just didn't get in depth with it, though.
But it could be a thing, and I'm like, it's set there. That's one thing that's out of place. One other thing I want to point out that no one's talking about, when Captain America had to put the stones back, right?
Yeah.
Do you realize that means he would have to put the Soul Stone back?
Okay, I had a theory about that too, because I did think about that too, and him running into Red Skull again.
Yes.
But check this out. I was thinking about this. Like, is there a possibility of him seeing him? Because, like, he kind of guards the Soul Stone, right? But what happens when someone takes the Soul Stone? Because when Thanos threw Gamora off and got the Soul Stone, he was like in this new area. Like, how did he get to that?
He
new
was
area
at the bottom.
middle?
He was at the bottom of the mountain rather than the top of it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
he was just at the bottom of it. Is that what happened?
Yeah, because so when they first get to Vormir, they start off walking in that area, and they see that mountain.
Yeah.
And they climb that mountain.
And
And
then
then,
they
when it's
end up back at the
over,
bottom?
they end up back at the bottom.
So does that mountain and everything still there as it was before, or have things changed because the Soul Stone is now?
No, it's still there. It's still there.
It's still
They're
there?
warping you back to the beginning so you can go back home now.
Okay.
Because you now have what you came there for.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was wondering how that worked too, because I was like, we saw freaking Black Widow and Hawkeye go there, and it's like, okay, that's in the past, so technically it hasn't happened yet, so we still don't know what happens to the place once they get the Soul Stone.
Yeah, that's true. But we do know that Captain America has to go back to the exact moment that it was taken. Meaning, he'll appear when Hawkeye is disappear. As soon as Hawkeye leaves, Captain America will appear there. Meaning, not only will he meet Red Skull, he might see Natasha Romanoff's dead body. He's supposed to put it right back where it came from, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so... And everyone's forgetting, he could fuck it up. Especially if he sees Red Skull, he might get a little distracted and maybe not put the shit back where it's exactly when it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I feel like...
How do you put that shit back, though? Okay, you get it from killing someone, so do you gotta resurrect someone to return it? Like,
And why didn't we get Natasha back then, right?
yeah, exactly. Or Gamora. So that one's an interesting one. I want to see how that like happens, because that's not explained.
Yeah.
What's another weird one? Yeah, I mean, that's the only weird one for sure. Like, how's that supposed to happen? And he's supposed to be getting some type of what if series, right? So
Yeah, they're all...
would that be explained through that, maybe?
I don't know, but I think that What If series is going to give us animated scenarios of a lot of things. I think we're going to see things from that What If series a lot like ENDGAME. You know, like where we saw parts of the Battle of New York that we didn't see. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be more like that. Like, you know, what if someone else took the Mind Stone? Like, what would have happened to the Marvel Universe from there, you know? Like,
Right.
I think it's going to be all animated from what I heard, too, and they're just voice acting.
It'd be cool though if we see like, oh, this is also what happened during these times, just like how we saw the Ancient One, Battle of New York.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Netflix TV shows delve into that. But someone was saying they don't even know if the Netflix shows are going to be in our timeline, because I heard the Vision and Scarlet Witch show takes place in the 1950s. Which, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I remember hearing
Like,
about
yeah,
that too.
what the fuck does that mean? Like, how could that even be? They didn't exist there, and he's not even there. And maybe this is fucking offshoots of Loki fucking with time. Like, you know, like, who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. Interesting.
You know, it's very interesting shit. I don't know where they're gonna go with this.
Is there anything else? Oh, I made a list of things I want to talk about. Where's my notes?
Oh, one Easter egg no one caught. Most people didn't catch. Peggy Carter. Did you realize what she was talking about when Captain America saw her through the window in the office?
No, I don't know.
She said, Captain Braddock is on deck. And she said, "I'm no meteorologist, but that doesn't look like lightning up there." Captain Braddock's real superhero name is Captain Britain.
Oh, really?
Yes, and she's talking about lightning shit from the skies and shit like that. Like,
Huh.
I feel like they're maybe, I don't know if they're setting it up or if they're hinting that he already exists.
Yeah.
That was also back in the 1940s, though.
Oh.
So I don't know.
If he's alive or not still, right?
That's the only Braddock in the Marvel universe, especially he's Captain. You know, he's Captain Britain too, you know?
So he's magic based?
Yes, he gets his power from Merlin.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Who lived past King Arthur and shit. Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's kind of crazy. He's also Psylocke's twin brother from the X-Men.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so the fact that they mentioned him means they're not afraid to talk about X-Men shit.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, even mentioning his last name puts her in a possibility realm that they're apparently not afraid of. I like that.
That's a new MCU realm, the possibility realm.
Yeah, basically, right? I feel like we're in that a lot. Yeah, you're right, man.
All right, other questions I got too. So when Thanos snapped his finger, and everything went white, he saw Gamora. As a kid, though, was that within the Soul Stone?
No.
How did he see Gamora?
I'm going to say exactly what I always said about that Soul Stone, Soul World bullshit. They're not doing it.
Okay.
That's remember I said right after Infinity War last year.
But why did he have that vision? Why did he see her?
Because he feels guilty. It's a personal thing. Like,
okay.
Yeah, so, I'm sure. I'm assuming the Soul Stone took him into his own soul and showed him what he feels guilty for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the reflection was Gamora saying, "What did it cost? Everything."
Okay.
You know, like.
All right. So if that's the case, then do you think either Hulk or Stark saw Black Widow when they snapped?
I feel like Hulk would have mentioned it because he said he tried to bring her back.
He tried to bring her back. He didn't say anything about what he saw, though.
That's true. But no, I don't think any of their sacrifices weighed as heavy on them as Thanos killing Gamora weighed on him.
Probably, yeah.
Like,
that makes sense. Too.
Hulk didn't kill Black Widow, you know what I mean? Like, Hulk,
Yeah.
I think Thanos saw that because he killed Gamora.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe because Hawkeye was the one that technically killed, Black Widow.
Now, if Hawkeye would have snapped, I think he might have seen her. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then if there is a Soul World, isn't Adam Warlock supposed to be connected to that heavily in some way?
I don't think they're gonna do Soul. I mean, if then yes, but I don't think they're doing Soul World. It's too much. It's confusing.
Here's why I think it's a possibility. One, Gamora is missing, and Guardians want to get Gamora back in some way. And if we're getting Adam Warlock in the next Guardians, and they want Gamora back, and Gamora is in the Soul Stone or something, or the Soul World, that can all connect in some way.
Like maybe he could bring her original soul and put it. See, I don't think that they would do that because this Gamora is different.
Okay. You just said something too that blew my mind right now. So we have a Gamora from the past who we don't know where she is at.
Right, she ran away.
Yeah, and then she also doesn't know this new Guardian team she's supposed to be friends with and shit. So what if they get her body and get the soul of Gamora from the Soul Stone and put them together?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hinting at when I was talking a second ago. Yeah, that could be a thing. Would Adam Warlock want to do that for their own selfish gain is the question. Because Adam Warlock is all about balance and shit. I could definitely see Peter Quill asking him to do that.
Right.
But would Adam Warlock do that? Like,
and if you want balance, it was like, well, there's two bitches in the fucking Soul Stone. We got this Gamora and this Black Widow. And I guess we have a vessel for Gamora here. Bam, there you go.
Damn, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool just to intertwine the Avengers and the Guardians more. That would be kind of cool. But
so, I don't know. I'm just thinking like this is just possibility. I'm thinking for like what's gonna happen after now.
It's not bad to think about. Now's the time to think about that kind of shit because who knows?
Oh, that's true. So Hulk Cuckoo says they brought back Jane Foster for Thor, but now no Betty Ross for Hulk.
Well, I'll tell you what. The reason they brought back Jane Foster is because that was old, unused footage, and I'm sure
that's what I thought too. I felt like that was unused footage too because I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more different scenes.
I feel like if she was
something, her fighting with Rocket.
If she was in there, she would have interacted with Rocket.
But she got credits at the end too, though.
That's only because they showed her image.
Because they showed her, yeah.
Yeah, you can't show someone's image and not give them fucking money for it.
Yeah, true. And then she was actually at the red carpet too.
Yeah. Well, because she's been expressing more interest in Marvel lately, and I think because she went out of her way to say how much she hated Thor, hated being part of it, and hated working for Marvel. But in the past year and a half, she started changing her tune.
Like, now that he's funny,
I think it's the success of Ragnarok, and in the comics, Jane Foster is Thor right now. I feel like that.
Someone told her that, and he's just like, "Oh shit, I could be a superhero."
I don't know, but I just feel like she might have been like, "Oh shit, that money could be mine." Like one day, like. Because I don't know about you guys, I'd be okay. I mean, maybe if it wasn't Natalie Portman, I'd be okay with the female Thor. But as long as it wasn't fucking Natalie Portman, she doesn't do a good job in the Marvel shit. I love her, but she doesn't do a good job in the Marvel shit.
Whatever. Okay. I don't care so much about what happens to her, really.
Yeah, that's exactly why they fucked it up. If you don't care what happened to her, they fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's talk about. All right, so we talked about Submariner as a possibility. The other thing that I talked about Captain Britain as a hit up. They talked about in the future, possibly. You know. You had a question? Something you want to say?
No, I just want to bring up Fat Thor real quick.
Yeah, a lot of people are mad about that, but I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either.
It fits his character arc.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like he started off with everything and he slowly lost everything.
Yeah. Of course he would.
So it kind of makes sense for him to be down on himself like that and just let himself go.
And who else was missing an eye and was slightly fat in their old age? Odin.
Yeah, and then also when he gets the hammer at the very end and he powers up, he's Old Man Thor, is he not?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And I think this is all like set up for him to eventually get the Odin Force. I think that
he's like, your body mass wasn't big enough to hold this power. Now that you're fat.
Hey, it would be funny if they made a joke out of it, like like him going through that did help him get it. Like that would be fucking funny. I do think we're gonna see Skinny Thor eventually, like in the next movie that we get him in. I don't know if he'll start off as Fat Thor, but I think eventually in whatever next movie we get him in, he will end up as skinny buff Thor again. So I don't think it's anything for people to be too worried about. It was a cool plot point anyway.
Yeah. But that's the one thing, like even though Fat Thor, he's kind of annoying throughout the movie. I kind of got why he went that route, and then I kind of liked at the end how he looked like Old Man Thor. I was like, okay, I can see how that worked now. Yeah. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, his beard tied all like traditionally and shit. Like his hair's like a samurai and shit. I was like, I kind of like that shit. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm like, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
And then his eyes started glowing, pull both hammers. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's all like, oh shit. Yeah. But then, of course, later on.
All right, so let's just get into all the crazy shit now. Yeah. Let's just go full throttle real quick. Cap picked up the fucking hammer, bro.
I was waiting for that shit.
Dude. And then Thor says, I knew it. Fuck you, Thor. Fuck you, Thor.
I heard a theory that's saying, like, what if Cap knew he could move it and
you know what?
Avengers 2?
I thought that theory was stupid, and then someone on YouTube said that same theory and showed you the scene again.
Yeah.
Where he moved it a little, and he was like, he looked like he was getting into it. He's trying to pull it more, and then he just goes like this.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
walks away.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe he was trying to spare Thor's feelings, because Thor looked really worried.
Yeah,
he was like he stopped what he was doing. Like he really felt like he was the shit. Like only I can pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he was able, he knew it. He just didn't want to show off.
I think you're
and
right.
then because that happened right there, and he needed that hammer at that moment. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I know I could do this shit.
Yeah, he knows now's the moment.
Yeah.
And the other theory is that he wasn't quite worthy enough yet, then going through all the fucking trials he went through since Winter Soldier and Civil War, Infinity War. Now after going through all those trials, now he's fully worthy.
Yeah.
And that shit responded to him.
So it could work either way, really.
And I think it's better they don't explain.
Yeah,
I'm happy having an answer to both. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool with me.
But yeah, so that was dope, and just the fact that he used it so well, like the combinations he was doing with the shield out there.
Dude, I love when he threw the shield and threw the and used the reflection of the vibration off of the hammer to hit him in the back.
Yeah,
I was like, because him and Thor did that move once.
Yeah, exactly.
You caught that, huh? Yeah, I was like, dude, that shit
was. I was like, oh shit, that was fucking dope. And then he fucking called up the lightning right on him, like,
hey,
fucking better Thor than Thor.
That sounds like, dude, you fucking hit the hammer and the lightning struck that ball. I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking 10-hit combos and shit over there.
Hey, once you pick up the hammer, you are Thor. Right?
Right, yeah.
He was Thor at that point. He was the god of thunder.
That's what I was saying. He was being Thor better than Thor was.
Yeah. Thor needs to go back to the practice range.
Yeah.
I liked it for a second when Captain America accidentally called Stormbreaker to himself, and Thor was like, no, give me that.
Yeah, he's like, you get the little one, and he threw him back the hammer.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Yeah, no, you get the little one. Okay, that's what he said. Yeah, that's funny. And okay.
He's like, give me the big one, you get the little one, and that's when he switched and then took off on their own way.
That shit was dope.
That was funny. I thought it was crazy too how they kept passing it back and forth to each other throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like at one point, like fucking Thor called back the hammer. Later on, Cap called it back too.
Yeah, that shit was dope. And okay, lastly, because it's the biggest moment in the movie, they went out of their way. Feige, Joss Whedon, the Russo brothers all said they're never gonna say it.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna fucking say it. Like, it's corny. If they have to say it, they're all already there. Like, so why would he say it?
Yeah, true.
You know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. You know, and they swore to us, and we even got teased in Age of Ultron,
Yeah.
and they went out of their way not to say it. That's why when this fool actually said it, like, I was like, the whole moment they're all gathering, I was like, if he was gonna say it, now would be the time.
Yeah.
But in the back of my head, I'm like, they say he's not gonna say it, and then he yelled Avengers. I was like.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't think about it until he said Avengers, and he paused. I was like,
then I paused too. And it's funny because the whole crowd was so silent when he said that. He said Avengers, everyone was quiet, and then when he said Assemble, both times I saw it, the crowd was louder than the fucking movie, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't even hear the soundtrack. Everyone fucking cheered and yelled.
that was dope.
Yeah, that shit was dope,
If you're
bro.
gonna say it any time, that was the time. Especially
the
seeing
time.
that whole fleet that came through. Also, of course, when that moment happened, like, you know, fucking Cap got his ass whooped. Fucking shield just broke. He was just there, and then the army, Thanos' army come through. You're like, oh, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Hey, best shot in all of Marvel, Captain America with the broken shield standing in front of all of
That
Thanos'
whole army? Yeah.
If you could take a picture, I would make that a fucking poster in my room, like just that picture right there.
But in the picture afterwards, after on your left, you know, portal opens up, all these portals open up, and a big ass fucking everyone.
By the way, I love the Winter Soldier reference on your left.
Yeah,
That was dope.
That was dope.
That was
yeah.
dope.
I was like, I'm like, oh, that was perfect. And then the portal opens right there. I was like, that was perfect.
That was fucking.
But then all the fucking portals open. I was like, oh shit, this is fucking more than just fucking Black Panther and Falcon coming through right now.
By the way, clearly Wong and Doctor Strange had this shit coordinated. I think Spirit Doctor Strange was talking to Wong.
Oh.
I know we didn't see it, but like they were too well coordinated.
Yeah.
He was like,
That's another one of those moments. Everyone's on the same page without us seeing it.
I think Spirit Doctor Strange had to be talking to Wong because it was so perfect.
Well, also they had plenty of time to plan it too, because after Hulk snapped, everyone should have came back right away. Hawkeye got that phone call right away from his wife. And then, oh, by the way, before I forget, Hawkeye, this fight scene in Tokyo, Kototsu, dude.
Oh yeah, fool broke out the. I know, bro. I saw that, bro. I was like, oh shit. Dude, even the Kototsu can't fuck with Hawkeye right now. I was like, damn, that fool straight up did
man.
it. By the way, I thought Ronan was super fucking badass.
I like Ronan a lot. Oh shit! Why are you a dumbass? But anyways, back to fucking what were we talking about before that? The portals opening up. Okay, yeah. So Hulk snapped. So and then we didn't see the whole portals opening until like 10 minutes later. You know, the three of them got together.
Yeah, they made
fought
us
him a
wait-
couple of times. Got a cool fight scene. Cap got the hammer, fought him. They all had their scene and shit. And then all that. So Strange had plenty of time to go around, call people,
Maybe
teleport everywhere. Hey, fucking big war right now, guys. Get your
Now's
shit
the
ready
moment.
right now. Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess that's true.
He
I
had
can
plenty
see
of
that.
time, even if he didn't have to, like, you know, project himself. Or maybe he did a little bit of that, a little bit of actually going to places.
Oh man, that's how you got their attention.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Oh, so someone was asking. They wish the Guardians were there, but apparently, according to Marvel, the Ravagers were there.
I saw it.
Oh, did you see it? I didn't see their ships.
I saw a couple of weird looking ships. I wasn't sure whose ships were, but they were on the ground. I'm sure I saw people on the ground with like vests, and I'm pretty sure I saw Ravagers on ground.
Okay, yeah. So they said that Ravagers were there too.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing I don't know how the Guardians were able to call them. But all right, yeah, I guess that's basically it for the Avengers
Yeah,
talk.
get out of here, dude. Yeah, it says spoilers all over the place. We have spoiler topic.
Fuck this fool.
Get out of here. Go.
I ain't worried about this fool. All right. Any last things you wanted to say about it? I think we covered a lot of
Like
shit.
Cuckoo said, Spider-Man kill mode activated. That was cool.
I forgot about that.
Even though it was like
shit.
2 seconds long.
But it was funny. I forgot about kill mode until that happened. His eyes turned red and just started fucking
that
shit
was
up.
like- yeah, you know, he wasn't even fucking shit. His arms were fucking.
His arms
shit
just
up.
started fucking
just
stabbing
fucking
fools,
stabbing
right?
fools, yeah, that was great.
And may I say, is another fucking moment for me. My two of my favorite characters got to meet. Fucking Spider-Man had no reason to meet Captain Marvel.
No.
But there she was, fucking right there with him. He's like, hey, I'm Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter Parker.
You got something for me? Like,
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
I also want to get that comic book cover scene there for a second, though.
Yeah, I know. I was really hoping so.
I wanted that.
How dope would that have been if he was carrying the gauntlet and she was fucking covering him from bullets? Like, and bullets are bouncing off her and shit?
Yeah.
That would have been dope.
That would have been dope.
I was kind of hoping.
Cool. Missed moment right there.
Hey, but I will say, I still think there's a lot more crossovers coming, and it would be dope if in Far From Home, Captain Marvel made a little quick appearance.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We'll see. And then I think that's all the big shit that I really want to talk about.
Me
really,
too. I think
mentioned.
We hit everything.
But the very end, of course, fucking Stark snapping, and he's gone.
Awesome.
Which is I'm disappointed, but I'm like, it's bittersweet.
I know it's that's truly bittersweet. Yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, here's the thing.
Like, it was a great ending, but I was like, nah, why?
Hey man, I still think he could come back as a computer program, as a hologram.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
I don't doubt that. We just talked about how Thor renegotiated his contract. I'm sure Tony Stark could do it too. I mean, I call him Tony Stark. I meant Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.,
Yeah, he could renegotiate his contract too. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm also okay if we don't see Iron Man again, even though it's sad.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
But at the very end, when they have his send off, we saw.
But I thought you meant the sounds.
Oh no! At the funeral part. So they send him off, right, and then everyone's standing along the river right there, watching him, and then you just scroll. The camera just scrolls back and goes through everybody. First off, I thought it was funny how everyone's in their groups, as if they're in houses.
Yeah.
So like you had a house Pym over there. You had a
house Guardians.
House Guardians.
Yeah, right. He had Spider-Man and friends.
House Parker, I suppose.
Yeah, House Parker. You could say. Captain Marvel was all solo over here. You had the Shield crew over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which I thought one thing was funny because Hulk was there, and Thunderbolt Ross was way in the back. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure Thunderbolt didn't want to fucking be nowhere near that fool.
Or maybe nowhere near him. Yeah.
I was hoping that. We got to see something about them eventually.
Also, we saw Iron Man 3 kid in there. Did you notice that?
I saw that. Yeah. A little reference to him.
Like everyone was like, "What the?" I knew as soon as I saw him. Like, that's the dude from 3. I'm like, I knew. Why is he here?
I knew who he was because I didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? I was like, he was a kid before. This must be that kid from Iron Man 3. That's all I could think. I was like, he's got to be him. I'm like, I can't think of anyone else.
That's who it was.
And I googled it later. I was like, okay, I was right. It was him. Yeah.
I saw him like, oh my god, that's the kid from 3. I'm like, why would he be here?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool that he was there. It makes sense. But do you think either him or Morgan will pick up the Iron Man?
No. I think there's... Honestly, I feel like both the Iron Man and Captain America mantles are not going to be passed.
Falcon. Captain Falcon.
I don't think it's going to work.
You don't think Captain Falcon's going to work?
No. I don't think it's going to work. I think he's going to try. I think he's going to have some failures, a couple successes, and eventually he's going to be like, no, man, I can't be Captain America. He's like, there's no precedence for it, Like, I can only see him giving it up. And
to Bucky?
Maybe I don't think Bucky should get it either, but if he were to give it up, he would give it to Bucky. And the person to be the
Bucky
leader
would turn into an arm.
And the person to be a leader is usually the person who doesn't want to be the leader, which that would be Bucky. And that could be it. I was also saying that maybe they'll have like a kind of a Batman style award for the cowl to see who would be Batman. What if they have that for Captain America, and then all of a sudden Captain Britain shows up. Captain Falcon shows up.
Captain Marvel shows
Captain
up.
Marvel I'm serious, yeah. And eventually the Captain title falls to Captain Marvel. Like that's what I was thinking. Like they go through all this trouble to see who's gonna be the captain, who's gonna lead the Avengers, blah blah blah. And in the end he passes it to Captain Marvel because he's like, I can't do this. He's like, this is not my job. He already said,
Maybe.
I'm a soldier. I go where he goes.
Yeah.
He's not a leader. He's a soldier. We didn't see him lead anything, to me that was another thing I didn't really love about the movie. The Falcon thing was unearned. I'd never seen Falcon do anything worthy of becoming Captain America. He never led the Avengers. He didn't do any badass moments in that movie. I'm like, why you give it to him?
Well, he got snapped, dude. He tried. He got snapped.
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was a cool moment to see. But yeah, I also feel the same. Like I don't feel like he kind of deserved it in any way. I don't know. Maybe Bucky, maybe.
Even Bucky, I don't feel earns it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But he's knowing what's his name longer, Cap longer.
Yeah.
He survived more shit. He gone through some shit.
He knows sure. Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like if anything, he would be more deserving. But I don't know. But I guess we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. I think that ends Avenger talk. That was awesome.
Cheeseburgers forever, I suppose.
Cheeseburgers for everybody. You guys will definitely catch us next week for Unfocused.
Anything else? I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the last one. Weird thing. So Peter Parker unsnapped. He's back. That means everyone that was snapped is now 5 years younger than the people that weren't snapped.
All right. Last thing I'll say about that, because I gotta go. But all his friends were snapped. It appears from the trailer, all his friends were snapped except for the Asian girl. The Asian girl does not seem to be in the trailers.
So she graduated.
She's also supposed.
She's in college.
She's also supposed to be Silk one day.
So you think she might be older for that?
I think maybe that's a plot point in the movie.
Yeah,
There's a crime fighter, a new crime fighter in town, kind of similar to Spider-Man, doing it in his honor, which would be Silk, and it's that girl who was with them, and she aged up because she's the only one missing that I noticed from his group. Flash is there, MJ's there, his homie's there. And then, and he's there.
Yeah, Ned's there, yeah.
The missing Asian girl's not there, so I think she aged and became Silk. A Spider-Man
Okay, that's a good one. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering, like, what would they do with all the age differences? Like, what could happen with all that? And apparently we're getting Cassie Lang. We might get, what's her name?
Hawkeye, too. And Hawkeye.
An older Hawkeye, yeah.
The younger Hawkeye, yeah.
Younger Hawkeye, yeah. Mm-hmm. But, and anyways, interesting thing to think about there. Everyone has a 5 years difference. Half the world's going to be 5 years older than the other.
Yep, and that's going to be interesting.
That's going to be
very interesting.
And then just to see what happened, like within those 5 years. Actually, Kugel's were ringing up earlier saying that what if the enemies and Runaways, rise up in some way? What if all these enemies rose up during those 5 years?
Dude, I was thinking the Masters of Evil were going to become a thing while they were there. That's the counter team to the Avengers, led by Baron Zemo, who
Zemo
could possibly be out of jail by now.
Maybe.
We didn't see anything about the
Who
raft.
knows what happened to any jails, really?
Yeah, we didn't see anything about the raft. I thought we were going to hear about the raft.
Yeah, so there's a lot of unanswered questions as far as that goes. But anyways, that's all for other theories some other days.
Unfocused special.
Unfocused special. You heard it here first, maybe. And then that's all we're doing for today as far as the show goes.
All right,
we'll see you next week for an actual episode. I'm still going to do the actual ending, though.
Do it. Don't forget, this is a Collision 28 production. We're live on twitch.tv/Collision28 every Thursday.
Also, you can always catch us on youtube.com/unfocusedpodcast to see rebroadcasting of these episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe there as well.
Also, Twitter, you can message us at Unfocused28. We also give you updates when the show starts. Instagram at Unfocused Podcast. Subscribe, like.
Also, you can subscribe to our podcast show, the audio version, on Apple Podcasts, or just get more information about that on collision28.com.
Or if you have any comments or things you want us to talk about, or maybe things that you feel we missed in the past, email us on unfocusedpodcast@gmail.com.
Don't forget to subscribe!